You see
They
it?
gonna go, yeah, I got some Indian in my
Ready?
family.
All right.
Well, how we
You
just
got the
gonna forget
song?
that? How we just gonna forget that?
Okay. All right.
I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas. Society keep killing them, telling me much, telling me. I had one.
I gotta cue them in. Let me know.
Your grandma told you. You got Indian in your family. Yay!
House again, the real figure, fake figure, filled again. My skin ain't black, what the deal? Singing low on my real shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land and every got tree and every got see invaders ever cross to step foot on the land and you can step the fuck off. Breathe. You can make a swing the sacred tomahawk. Fuck around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. She bogey and test. That this is rhetoric. Stay woke. Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome. Make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote. Get that stage out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright. Freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly Doe, Title 18. G goes. The pilgrims get free gold with Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas. Society keep killing them, telling me much, telling me.
What up, pal, Dan?
I had one little, two little, three little Indian.
On my chatterbox.
Society keep killing them, telling me.
On my Cherokees. On my Power Monkeys. On my Washingtons.
Halito. What's up, beloveds? Well, this one here is about to be a hot meatloaf. This ain't even a spicy meatball. I'm not gonna hold you too long. I hope y'all will tune in. I have Dr. Chief Warhorse here, and I have also Dr. David Imhotep, and we're gonna drop some receipts. So everybody have a seat, get tuned in, get what it is you need to get so you can get some understanding. We're hoping that that's what this is going to be about today. So let me see what y'all doing out there. What y'all doing out there in Indian country? What's going on? Everything healthy? Everything healthy out there? What's going on with y'all beautiful ones? What's going on with y'all beautiful ones? Without further ado, let me get the beloved Chief Warhorse here. Okay, Halito. Hello, Chief. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm happy to hear. Okay, we have a special guest today also. We have Dr. David Imhotep. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine as well. How is everyone else?
We're doing well. I am very excited. I'm very appreciative that you are here on this platform. Without further ado, Chief, I'm going to give you the floor.
Okay. Well, I told you I was going to bring as many receipts as I could bring. And I think this is a receipt from the academic world, which we need that academic backing on some of the stuff we've been talking about. For those who don't know Dr. Imhotep, I met him because we shared a place on a panel, a speaking engagement in Georgia years ago. And I met him there because we both were there to speak and do presentation. Dr. Imhotep is the author of a book that a lot of people are using as reference, which is the first Americans or African are started in that manner. And he and I met, how can I put it, in a mysterious way because neither one of us knew each other. I knew of his book. I had read his book. It was an honor to share this platform with him. What we did talk about was, I told him back then, I said, I love your book, but I disagree with your title. And that's how we end up with a long-term relationship. I told him, I said, because Africa is a continent, and I'm from this continent. And we began discussing that over the years. He also have came down more than one time to our area and visited. And in the process of that, he met a lot of my people. And I know he did some talk shows, and on his talk shows, he referred to us as New Orleans, and we crossed the water from New Orleans. We're not a part of New Orleans metropolitan area, a lot of political structure. So I brought him on as a receipt because I see where people are using my name and his name, capitalizing off of us, Dr. Imhotep, between your book and me talking as an Indian from the community. And one gentleman I had told the public, I only talked to him on the phone one time, and I told him that I only talked to him because he contacted me through you by your house, and that was this guy by the name of Hemok. And I really don't know Hemok. And I told them earlier that I was taught one year, and that's been 2017, 16 or 17, somewhere there, but I can remember the day very well, because me and my husband was out for our anniversary, which was March the 29th. And I stepped out the restaurant to take a call from you, and the other person that you introduced me to was Hemok, who I had never talked to before. And I know you didn't know this man has been sneezing in years, but he went on to say that I heard on his last recording that I sold NAAIP membership, and I said that you are a receipt, that I despise that man and what he's doing, and always did and spoke against it. I do not believe in no decolonization, giving up birth certificates. I do not believe in giving up your social security number. I do not believe in taking us away from this continent. I believe we got to learn to work with this continent because it is ours. I am a part of America. I'm not ashamed of that. It was stolen from us or what? I'm here. And the blessing is that I am still here today. And the reason I'm still here is because my people learned how to live with structure, not try to go up against it. Because at some point, Dr. Imhotep, you got to learn to, how can I put it, to keep your people alive and not endanger your people, you got to learn how to live within a same unit but be a separate people. Are you with where I'm at? Yes, I am. We share this continent with a lot of different ethnic groups. And I don't think one ethnic group should try to dominate or destroy the other. And the reason I asked you to come on, so you could talk a little bit about your research, because people are getting that African or blackness mixed up with a lot of things and creating, we just want to say cults and mafias. Because when you start threatening people and trying to overtake people unjustly, you're doing like the people that came in and conquered the place in the first place. That's right. And it doesn't matter about the color of their skin, because you had Black Europeans that was conquerors also. So, that we got to get rid of that. White man did this to us. Right now, what I'm dealing with is not a white man issue. I already know about that issue. We've been dealing with that issue for 400 to 500 years. The issue at hand now is Black people infiltrating and perpetrating. All Blacks are not from America. We agree on that one. But there are a lot of people who are considered Blacks that is indigenous to America. And as I tell people, I use Black as a description of time, okay? And as a description to separate us from what they call white people description. Neither one of those are racist. I'm going to shut up, Dr. Imhotep, and I'm going to let you take the floor on what you think is happening as we are waking up, and people are waking up to the miseducation. There are people that is using that to organize, I would say organized crime. What's your take on that? Did you think your book would be used for things like that, or for stuff like using your name to organize around and being the first
that I didn't get that last part.
The awakening of the people, getting the knowledge out there from an academic way. Did you think it would be taken and twisted to the way that it's being used today?
I had no idea. I had someone who wrote something that wasn't even to me that was online, and I copied it, and I can have it for you once I get my computer in here in a few moments. And he was arguing with another fellow who was saying that my information was incorrect, and then this other fellow came on and said, your information is 10,000 folks here before. I'm kind of mixed up here. When I get this information while you all are talking, I'll be able to read it. So it's a paragraph, and it's a phenomenal piece that he did about the first Americans.
When I first met you, I'm not going to tell you had did your book. You was getting ready to write your second book on the topic, and you were saying that it was hard to find people of color being an Indian in America right now. And now, everybody's saying I'm American Indian. That's a major change from you writing a book and couldn't find anyone to now there are mass numbers of people creating tribes. And I said, in a scholarly way, it's going to confuse issues when people go back to do research like you did. You get all this misinformation put out there. I make it hard for people to sift through and find facts. Am I right or wrong on that?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay. Because what we need to get our audience to understand here, all these people are putting together makeshift history. Can I call it that? Without the adequate research. What they're doing is internet researching. Okay? Not dealing with facts. Sometimes when we look at some of the stuff that black and white authors wrote in the past, we could see where they was way off on what they were talking about. Because we go back and find facts that clear that up. Okay? This is not what's happening now. What's happening now is the creation of stuff, where people have taken the Moorish movement, some of the Hebrew Israelite stuff, all these different groups, and have brought that underneath American Indian now. And I think that's going to throw off the next generation from having real facts, just like some of the books did.
The way I've been, when I was in school, I was taught that to base our history and our thoughts, to base them on evidence and not facts and truth, because the fact is, yesterday it was raining, and that's the truth. But the truth today is the sun is shining. So either facts change and truth change, so that we should rely on pieces of evidence to put our thoughts and arguments through.
Okay. So what you're saying then, even like these people, like I'm going to use HEMOC for an example, because there's a lot of HEMOCs out there, okay?
Yeah.
So what we're saying is they're taking a little bit of facts and a little bit of truth and selling that as a package deal. When you're saying, yes, for instance, let me use an example. There were Indians that lived in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
Okay. There are still Indians in Louisiana. Now, what you're saying is then this person can take that and then create some Indians to go with that actual fact that there were some. But now, the other part of the research is this the real people. Okay? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, indeed.
Does that person line up with that history? Correct? Now, what I don't think a lot of people are understanding is, even within the government, you know and I know, archives have proof. Okay? Not just facts, proof of a lot of the historical stuff. And other countries have proof. Okay? Documented proof of time. So when we come to the day now when people are creating fabricated stories to connect to different areas, not seeing the geographic change, because there were major geographic change. Louisiana went in so many directions at one time. There were no Mississippi at one time. When we start looking at all of these different changes, what you're saying is factual. There was a Louisiana. Now, proof. Which Louisiana are we talking about? Okay. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, indeed.
So I can take the word Louisiana from 1700s, and it will not align with what's going on today or the boundary lines of today or the boundary lines of the 1800s. Just from the 1700s. See? And this is what we need to get people to understand. When you're studying, you got to go into the geographics and all. The timeline is very important to go with your study. And then as you did major in-depth study and research on history, you have to get your timeline right. You have to get your geographics right. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
So what I see Imhotep is doing is taking a word, like you said, it rained yesterday, fact. There was a Louisiana, fact. But once Louisiana ran from the Gulf of Mexico going all the way on up that Missouri area, correct? So what Louisiana are they talking about? Or are they talking about Louisiana that once stretched going toward Texas direction when it was under Spanish? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I see people have done is taken what you have written, what I've said, taken a name, and they've incorporated underneath these things. And then go back and say, oh yeah, there are books written about this. There is facts on this. What they are not telling people is, what is the timeline you're talking about and who are the people? What we're dealing with right now is, I got people all the way up in Carolinas, talking about they part of the Choctaw tribe, and I ain't never saw these people a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, people in Texas and everywhere else. But they just grasped to the name Choctaw because they heard anything about Choctaw.
Can I interrupt you just for 1 second, so we can get the listeners together on this? That the way that you are pronouncing that word is correct, but the others are called Choctaw. Can you tell people which one is correct, Chief?
A lot of people had always been Choctaw. And we have maintained the Choctaw people and the word Choctaw. I actually see now in Oklahoma on their license plates, I see the Choctaw at the top of the license plate now. They have incorporated the word Choctaw. I said years ago that the white folks stole the wrong name. They stole Choctaw. That's what their ears heard, Choctaw, and not Choctaw. And now they're trying to migrate the two things together. So we already have to deal with the white so-called Indians who say we are not Indians, but they're supposed to be. We already was dealing with them trying to steal our identity, and they have stolen our identity. Now we're dealing with these people of color who try to steal our identity. Okay? We're nothing about Choctaw. Okay? All of a sudden, now we got all these Choctaw people. Okay? And that's no difference than what people call a $5 in. Okay? Only thing these charge $1,200 to be a chief. Okay? And $100 down and $25 a month membership. Okay? Things, and I was throwing the numbers out there, what kind of money we are talking about, so people understand this is not a cultural thing. It's not a historical thing. Someone has found a way to make money. You and I had talked earlier about money-making opportunities that people have used people of color and culture and history for. And what's happening here has happened before. And these 2 to 3 times in the past history that I can bring up to you, mainly that we was talking about earlier. And like right now, we're repeat of the 1800s. Okay? When you had black and white trying to take the identity of the people who was indigenous. And we're back to that again. So I guess every 100 years we got to revisit this, okay? And within every 100 years, there's a new group that springs up and go after trying to take the real people's identity. And it's been going on since the Europeans came here, black or white Europeans. But what's going on here now is you got these groups that's just putting people together from other countries that are real indigenous. And one hand, some of them think that means they're going to get moved or something free, or they don't have to follow the law of the United States because they feel that they're going after being sovereign, indigenous sovereign nation. Not understanding even the people here, us, who are under what they would call some kind of sovereignty. There are limits to that. Okay? There is no real sovereignty within the United States where you don't follow the United States rules. You with me, man?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And this is what they're selling to people. That $100 down, $25 a month, or $400 for a cheaper. Now you don't have to listen to any of the United States laws. Okay? They're under their own sovereignty, as if they're their own country. In other words, that's actually a way of saying you're taking over or overturning the United States government. Okay? And that sounds stupid when, to me, that you're going to sit here and plan to go up against a country that goes to defend many countries. Okay? They don't have what it takes to go up against the United States. My thing is, when are they going to stop and think we cannot overturn the United States? And when are they going to stop and think that we all are a part of the United States? So we overturn it ourselves. Am I correct?
Correct.
A place without laws is chaos, right? You need laws, rules. I don't care what country you're in, they have rules, and you have to follow those rules. Now back when I was saying about 100-year repeat, back then 100 years ago, there was the move to build colonies in Africa, correct? To remove those who was freed from slavery, to move them off of this land, because the Europeans back in white feared that the people that had been abused for hundreds of years free, that they were going to begin to turn back and retaliate on them. So they came up with colonization over in Africa, in West Africa. Under the colonization, they had places like Sierra Leone and Liberia. Am I right?
You are.
Those places was to remove you from here to there so we could have safety within these boundaries of North America. So what they did is they convinced people, individuals, that leaving here, going there, they were going to reunite to the African history. Or that they were going to be leaving where people disliked them, where they couldn't be as progressive as they wanted to be, to give them their own place to become progressive. That's what Sierra Leone and Liberia and all those places were promised in 1800. Today, mirroring that, we start off with Africa. South Africa become the movement. In the 1900s, back in like the 1950s, 1960, it became even more and more by 1970 that blacks still want to go to Africa, the motherland, especially after the movie Roots. Then you get people geared up to move to Africa again, because they're going to do better there, and they're going to have freedom, and they're going to have more inclusion and not exclusion. And so then we get the African American movement going, which was Afro-American Jeffrey started with, then it moved by 88 to African American. So these groups of people start focusing to go to Africa. Out of that, the people of America, the people of color, took trillions of dollars that could have been invested here in America to build the wealth of the people of color, and they took it to Africa. If I'm wrong, I want you to correct me. Not doing that?
You're not wrong.
So the wealth that we're looking for, we keep giving it to someone else. We gave it to American Europeans, then we took it to Africa in almost trillions of dollars. And now we're moving into another part of Africa called Ghana. And now we have brought billions of dollars from this country around the world into Ghana, taking a place that had nothing and making it a very wealthy place. We have not learned to take that same strength and mentality and build our wealth here with pride. It seems like someone is keeping us to have pride away from you. not pride here. Okay? And what I can't understand, how can your pride be somewhere else when you're here? You need to be building here. So we're building a wealth on another continent. So then here we go again. People are leaving America to go to Africa for freedom and prosperity. And they say they can't find here. I find it hard that if you can't deal with yourself here, and we can't deal as a group here, what's going to make us change continent, and all of a sudden we're going to change our mentality of thinking and our ability to come together? What's the continent got to do with it? If we can build wealth there, we can build wealth here. Am I correct?
That is correct.
So, as a scholar, talk to me. What you see happening to our people? Because I know you wrote your book, The Weak One. What you see happening to our people?
Our people are fragmenting, and unfortunately, it's starting to go the same way that Africa went. Africa at one time was united way, way back. But then they started breaking off and making tribes. And now Africans in Africa, black Africans, are killing other black Africans. This is something that I just can't understand. I cannot go along with, and I abhor. Something's got to be done there as well as here, because it seems that if there are fragmentations now happening the same way in the United States for black folks that there were in Africa. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would. And I also think we take our behavior that we learned from the Europeans and bring it to other places, just like the white people and the black people from Europe did. Because when you study what happened in Liberia, or Sierra Leone, the first things to come to your mind is, what about the people who already inhabited that place? Okay? So now we take some people from a place that they're not respected, put them in another place. And if you go back and look, you will see that the mentality that they took with them there, overpowering, class setting, they began to come up with classes of people. And the people who was originally in those places became the lower class. So they did the same thing when they was brought to those places that they were running from here.
That is
so
correct.
It's not what place you in, it's your mindset. You have to greed, and greed is not just money. Sometimes greed can be power. Greed can be just to be seen. Okay? A lot of times when these people do mass killings, for instance, they know that that's not a positive, it's a negative, but they want to leave a name there. They don't care if it's in a negative or a positive. Okay? So people will do some very destructive things sometimes to get their names out there. Now, going back to what you were saying, what I see happening, you said we have to fix it on both continents. Well, right now, both continents have intermingled their thought patterns so much. Okay? And the internet puts both continents at a click of spin or post. Okay? So instead of us using the internet to destroy each other, we should have been using it to empower ourselves. And no matter what country we're in.
Absolutely.
If we are in an area that laws, if the laws are unjust, we should come together to change those laws.
That's right.
We should not teach people to break those laws. We should teach people to change it. And before we can change a law, we have to change ourselves. Okay? Because if we're doing this for a deceitful reason, we're no better than the people that we are opposing. Okay? It is no difference in a white supremacist or Ku Klux Klan to go out killing blacks. As for a black to go out killing blacks, you're still kicking somebody's life unjustly.
Yes, indeed.
It's no different if a white man is stealing and running you off your land. Or if a black man is stealing and running you off your land. You know, you lose either way it goes. So when I'm hearing people say, oh, we all need to come together, well, we really are not the same people. Okay? We don't have the same cultures. We don't have the same traditions, rituals, or beliefs. So what we're doing now is trading places like the European people, the white Europeans, not the black. The white European people have taken the music of our people and it became their music. Okay?
Yeah.
They have taken the food of our people and it become their food. And what ultimately we concentrate on is empowering back our music, our food, and the stuff that built the wealth for the other people. Manufacturing, we're not manufacturing these things. Okay? And then when we want to do stuff, we try to do it in an illegal manner. We don't want to go through the proper procedures. All right? So if we don't go through the proper procedure, we're not going to get the right outcome of that. But instead of us focusing on empowering ourselves here, we got one group, they woke up one day and they decided they were going to be Indian chiefs. They don't have no Indians, they're all chiefs. I got to change that. With all these chiefs, I found out that I got a guy by the name of Cornbread. He called himself a residential chief, and I'm trying to think, what is a residential chief? You know, and we got these rest chiefs, and we got all of this stuff running around here. But when we come into reality, what are these people doing? Right there in New Orleans, you got potholes on the streets. You can't drive a car. Those chiefs don't see that, as they call themselves, a priority. They get out there and help get people involved so they can find out what kind of money got to come in to fix them right in the streets. See, a simple thing is they're looking at putting a sucker in his head, dressing in some kind of brown fabric, and now I'm Indian. No. Being who you are in your culture is protecting your environment that you live in, your water, your land, your food, your people. You know, you have to have a purpose in your environment. Not just getting on the internet talking about I'm a chief. Okay? You need to know your elected officials. They need to know you. You need to live and vote in your area. Imhotep was telling people about I turned them over to the government. No, that's called government relation. And I respect that, and they respect that. You can't go out there all the time trying to fight people to make progress. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sometimes with progress, you have to sit to the table and come up with an understanding of where you're stepping over the line, that you're causing me more pain than I am seeing gain. And then we have to work that out. And then there's going to be a lot of disagreement for progress. But it does not have to be the way it is now, where people are using the issues that's at hand to connive and organize untruthful ways of gaining success in America. And respect. You know, you're not going to get respect by cursing and threatening women that you won't respect. You're not going to get respect by taking people money, talking about you are legit and you're not.
Right.
Right now, they got people that really have awakened, but not knowing which way to go. Those people have awakened and say, well, what could we do as a people? And then you have these scums out here waiting on the internet to lure these people to take their money.
Yes.
And, you know, they have lied and told people, oh, Chief Warhorse, he wanted by the FBI, clean water. She takes people money. I don't even have nobody money. You know that. You really over in Virginia. You know? And you talk to a lot of my people a lot of times, and you know that's not our motive. Our motive is to help people understand that we can empower ourselves. Empowering ourselves does not mean going against the law. You know, these nuts have went to the extreme to go try to file charges against me, the FBI, with the FBI, and with the UN. You know, common sense would say, if you understood government, going to the UN is not going to help you when you're under investigation because you're doing something against the law within the boundary of that country. So we got ignorant people that's playing upon the minds of people who are actually wanting to know their ancestry. Actually reaching the point of knowing that everybody of color in America didn't come on a slave ship. Okay?
Right.
But I'm going to shut up again. I don't want to hear you. You did the book. You did a second book. I don't think, I told you this back then. I think the word Africa is just like the word America. That's something that threw up on us. Okay? When we say Africa, we're not talking about a place. We're talking about a continent. Okay? What made you, when you wrote that book, what made you use the word Africa? Let's hear that one.
Yeah, I've used that word because that's what the most population understand and know what it is. That's the reason I use Africa.
Okay. But, so because I want people to understand it, that you were dealing with what gave you the color of the person in the description, correct?
Correct.
So that's no different if I use the word black. We understand the Spanish used the word Moor, and Moor only meant black, right?
That's exactly correct. It's translated to be black.
So in time, your book will go down like the word Moor. It'll be something that gave a description of a color of a people, a mindset of a people, but not actually the race of every person within those continents, correct?
Correct.
All right. Because when you was talking about some of the stuff in your book, it described about the mound builders. And you were trying to say that they were people of color. Look.
Absolutely.
The bone structure was Negro. It was people of color. And the best way you can sum that up was use the word African, is what you told me. Because I said, I'm not an African. But you explained that to me. That's what you were doing. It was a description.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we got people like Imhotep who was in the Moorish movement. And a lot of these people call themselves Moors don't even have a ministerial person that was from Europe as a black European anyway. Am I correct?
That's correct.
So we got some fake black Europeans running around.
We do.
Because the word Moor only meant blacks from Europe. Now they may argue me with that, but you had Moors that came from more than Morocco. Morocco was another place that had people that was referred to as Moor or Moor or whatever. Now, they're taking this as a religion, as a race, and to some extreme as a cult. So these same people are teaching people how to go against the law of the United States. The thing they did as under the Moorish movement or cult is what they're now bringing to American Indians, which is very disturbing within the American Indian community.
That is dangerous, that is ignorant, and that will not last.
The stuff that they're bringing, the people in the Indian community know nothing of this stuff. Okay, nothing. It was just like the guy named Roderick Silvers, who actually came to that meeting that you did in Philadelphia that time, at the Tower Building.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them came to that, and some of them about your book. So we're not going to say they haven't been exposed to the truth. The exposure to the truth helps them to create some kind of scam. Okay? So some of those same people who said they wanted knowledge, and you and I try to put them in a room to get knowledge, they're now trying to take a piece of that knowledge and use it to scam the country. Okay? So knowledge can be a powerful thing in both a positive and a negative. It's based on that person and how they use it. Okay? And right now, I'm seeing people taking the real knowledge and abusing it. They're reaching to people that's just awakening, and they're taking and teaching them in the wrong direction. And why I wanted you on here is because, one, Chief don't believe in that type of, how could I call it, structure or organization. You've been around me long enough to know that. And you've been around me enough to know I make my people study. You know that.
Yes, indeed.
They study. I even make you study, Doc. Study. Because all of us can miss a little bit of something based on where we are brought up in or the kind of people that we're around. Or we don't understand the full culture. Like I told you, we have to blend to survive. Okay? I'm watching people now running around with feathers in their head and all this type of stuff. They wouldn't have survived prior to the Civil Rights Bill. Okay? Because what they don't understand, our people have to learn a way over a period of time how to live and cope in America, which was their own land. And one way we do know that the Indians were very aggressive at battling the war to protect their land. And we also can look at history to what happened. Okay? If they wasn't assimilated into the groups, they were defeated or killed or brought to reservations. And what I don't want to see happen is these people rallying these people up and radicalizing these people that will give them the opportunity to be locked up for violating the law and becoming radicalized, which then will come civil unrest. Then we will be put under martial law in the United States because that's how civil wars start.
That's right. That is correct.
And it looked like that's what somebody's really trying to do on both sides, the white side and the black side. Is radicalize the people to give justification to come under martial law. And then once under martial law, now you're not dealing with a court system. You're dealing with whatever that law says to do with you. If it means removing you to an area of isolation, then they can do that. And I don't think he must teaching people what he's teaching them can get them in serious trouble. They're actually dealing with domestic terrorism. Okay? Because when you're training people to go against the law enforcement, the judges, put false liens on these people and all of this stuff, you're actually trying to start a battle between you and the legal judicial system of the United States. And they're going to lose.
That's absolutely correct.
They're going to lose.
Yeah.
And then he brought this one. He stirred them up. Then he goes to the Virgin Islands to go stir those people up. See? So what we have going loose is a loose nut running around, creating more loose nuts. And we have people like Roger Silvers and the Linda Kagan and the Chia Pie, which Chia Pie, I think someone told me your last name is Bartholomew or Bartholomew or whatever. We're getting a little closer to who Chia Pie is. His name is Bartholomew or Bartholomew. They don't use their regular names. Most of them make up names. Okay? And like the Nevilles, they've been arrested. Okay? And when the Nevilles got arrested, they got all these fake names that they got on the internet. And they're looking for sympathy because of them being well known in the music industry. They figure they're going to get pity and sympathy that'll help them continue their scandal. They had to go to the UN, call the UN, need the FBI, and they sent the sheriff. Now, that's ignorant right there. Okay? That's very ignorant. Really just straight out dumb. They think the UN can control the United States. Not them Imhotep.
Unbelievable.
You know, and I can't see an awakening being like this because you're asleep and having a nightmare. Okay? They're not dreaming. It's a nightmare.
All right. That's right.
But I wanted to really get you on here because I wanted you to tell us about when you were writing your book, doing your research, did you see all of these Indian tribes that you see? Or did you know, you and I talked one time about what happened to the rest of the Black Indians that once was here? You know,
What happened what?
What happened to the rest of the Black Indians? You know, you and I used to say, whatever happened to them? Well, I told you this, and I'm going to tell the audience this. A lot of them, descendants, are still here. But the school system took away their identity. Not the government, the school system. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yes,
integration took us away from being a community and an environment that relied on one another. And I'm a civil rights leader, and I'm telling you that. Okay? I don't believe civil rights has anything to do with leaving your area to go to somebody else's area. Okay? I believe just like they was doing busing of the children out of their community to another community, we actually our people bust themselves away from their environment. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Leaving their culture. Leaving the community where the community looked up to each other. They had an old lady waiting for you to get off the school bus, make sure you got home safe. Everybody knew everybody.
Sure did.
Integration, we left that. When we left that, we left what kept us together. And what's scary now, are we going to go back together as a people? Or are we going to go further into our demise as we're doing? Our people are going to Ghana. Everyone seeking what we have in ourselves already. It's within us. Who did Grandma say you was? Who did Grandpa say you was? What did Grandpa and Grandma used to do? How did they live? Grandma and Grandpa wasn't running to Walmart for everything. We're not even teaching our kids into our culture. We're not even teaching our kids how to survive.
That's right.
When you're not doing that, that's culture. So you're not giving them that culture. You're actually going to bust them away from who they are. So the busing system worked, and we need to reverse that busing system. We need to go back and create communities, not tribes. There's tribes to have treaties. You understand?
That's right.
And my thing is, I'm telling people, create community. Again, that brought us this far.
Excellent.
Create a community. Go get you a homeowners association. Get you a tenants association. Start working to organize that money come back down through the Department of Commerce through the form of the census. Back to your congressional district and back to your community to help fix your street, your life, your roads, your education, culture and art. All of that is in key with next year with the purpose. And just like a subdivision come up and in 10 years is getting adequate funding going to it, we can build back communities across America. We don't have to go to Africa. We don't have to go to Ghana. Build a community. Have laws and rules that, you got anything you have needs laws and rules. Where you have less crime in your area, you police your area. Yes, there's a police department in St. Jeremy Parish, but the most important thing about us in Local is we look out for each other's houses and community. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
And then you can build a tribe with people scattered all over the country, and they cannot police each other and police themselves together to build a safe environment. That comes from the old communities that everybody ran away from. That's what you need. To survive, you need that corner store instead of some person coming from another country that looks at you when you go in the store like you're fixing to steal. You need to be creating your own store within that community.
Absolutely.
Your own mom and pop restaurant. You don't have to go to Popeyes. All that money we spend at Popeyes, all of us are guilty of that. And Burger King and McDonald's, that's money leaving us.
That's right.
So we're trying to keep the 1%ers up, and then we're trying to move to another country, and then we find ourselves in a bad situation where we don't have nothing. Because we're giving it away out the left hand and the right hand. Okay? We need to be sending kids to school and learn more about solar so that they can come back and help lower the utility bills or eliminate utility bills. And we were talking the other day with some people, they had things that used to call a starter house when people got married or got started. Those were the houses you get, they had a little room on the last no chair. Some people got to go back to that. You got to go find some property and get them a starter house. Get out of the apartment, but buy something that you can pass to the next generation. This is what we have to talk about in America. Not no feathers up. Not paying nobody no $100 and $25 a month. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times we have to do those things. It should be something to empower us as a people, not putting into somebody else's pocket. I was looking at one of the guys, Roger Silver, doing about some kind of old car. I'm saying, give me a receipt that I have done something wrong. Give me a receipt that you took all my members. Put a receipt out there. If you say you took 300 to 600 of my members and they left, you're supposed to produce them.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I see, put a whole car on the thing and say, this is for the haters. I'm not a hater. Phoenix is not a hater. Swallow's not a hater. But we are here to tell people, what is that one man car, because he bought an old car, what is that going to do for the rest of the people in his group?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about cars here. I'm not talking about that type of material stuff. I'm talking about where is the thousands of acres that are 100,000 acres nearby to start back farming in massive numbers. Right now, majority of food that people are eating is trying to feather stuff. They food coming from China. If there becomes any disagreement majorly in China stop shipping food and other countries stop shipping food, we got to get the farmers to them out. Donald Trump say 700,000 people are going to be cut off food stamps. Okay, that's 700,000 people. Where did food come from? See, so these people that's organizing these tribes, that they call themselves, don't organize a tribe, organize a community. Self-sustaining community. Some things you may have to go back to school to learn how to do it to empower your community, but do that.
Thank you.
The time that they're taking to put together a scam can be the same time used to do something productive. But they rather coin somebody than to do something that can make a nation grow. If you are really doing stuff in America, move forward, there are things and agencies and groups that are moving forward with you, helping you to do those things. There are laws to protect you to do those things. But you have to be willing to learn them and use it. I saw on the internet these fools go around telling people, Chief Warhorse raised money off of the county people on the center. No, Chief Warhorse brought money back to her community and to her state. By getting an adequate count means more money come back down on the congressional breakdown of funding that comes back to our state. Because everybody that's counted means more money coming to our state. So why would you live in a state that don't want to be counted? Then when there's disasters, there's not enough money that's been allocated because everybody wasn't counted properly.
Mm-hmm.
This is stuff we need to teach. Not how to go out there and put liens against officers and liens against judges and spread rumors and lies to discredit leaders in the community. Because they tried that with me. It's not going to work.
That's
I
right.
don't need the life that they try to say I live, so you can't pin that on me. You know? They don't even know me. And then you got this man named Imhotep. He don't know me. But he done met his nightmare, okay? Now, Dr. Imhotep, you've been around me long enough to know he shouldn't have picked the chief warlord.
You better believe that.
You picked with the wrong one.
Yeah, the wrong one.
I don't have a white man voice and a black man voice or educated scholar voice. You know me, I'll be around the scholars will be me. I'm me. I'm proud of who I am. Okay? And what people don't understand is I don't have to be fake. Because I am who I am. And you know, what gets me is I don't have to have a feather on. I don't have to have tribal clothes on. I am who I am. These people think that they put certain clothes on, it's not change the way the world see them.
That's right.
You know what I'm
Halloween costume to them. Some of the Halloween costume to them.
They didn't change nothing. They put on this little, little maroon hat with the tassel on it.
Correct.
And that didn't help them. So it's not what you put on. It's not what you buy. It's how you are on the inside. It's what's on the inside that'll come to the outside. What image are you bringing from your inner man? These people are bringing corruption from the inner man. They're bringing deceit from the inner man. So you can put them anywhere in the world, they'll destroy. They don't have a constructive thinking mind. They have a destructive thinking mind. A conniving thinking mind. And they're the first one to talk about the white folks. These are the type of black folks let me see that white people never was in it by themselves. They always had some stupid black. And most of these people are secret. You're not trying to get healthy. They don't understand when you're doing all this type stuff, you're not going to get healthy. You know, when you're telling lies, you got to keep a daggone record of what lie you told around. It's easier to tell the truth. When you lie, you got to keep thinking, who did I tell that lie to? When did I tell that lie at?
That's right.
But what I wanted them to understand is they're taking stuff like your book, and you got one group taking it to Africa. You got another group using it here. And neither one of them is using it for what you did. I wanted you to say that out your mouth. It was a description. It's like a description of black. It's like a description of the word more, which means black. And we look around the world, mostly everybody around the world is to be considered the majority will be black. They don't have the same genes, same culture, same mentality. A description makes us have a worldly color. When we see white people, that's not just in America, that's a worldly color, not a race. In India, you got the untouchable is the darkest people in India, and they consider the untouchable. That's just like here in America, it seems like if you're black and poor, you're an untouchable. Same thing. The Oklahoma reservation area, the Indians of dark color is looked upon as a freeman, not an Indian of America. See what I'm saying? So the word can change, but the structure is the same. The issue is the same. The racism and the prejudice, the jealous and the envy. And some can cross color line and have blacks with just as much jealousy and envy and hatred of just another person of the same color skin as we would say a white person, or even they can have it even more. And they can do more damage because they look like you. But we have a lot of unscholarly people. There's some scholars along with some of this stuff, but you're not mostly unscholarly people. Self-proclaiming themselves scholars. Okay? With nobody there to cross-reference their work. Even as a professor, when you was doing your book. You're not the one that your books have to go through journalistic as a learning material. Talk to me.
That's why I wrote it. So people would learn the same way that I was ignorant. I remember when, back when I was in school, he taught us, I think it was the third grade, a little poem, 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Sailed and sailed and sailed and sailed and founded this land for me and you. That's an incorrect statement and it is wrong. Goes, well, further, we had more attacks on us. In 1619, they say that the first Africans were the Americas by white folks, by England. It's another one that's incorrect. So I could go on and on about that, but those are the major points I want to make about your query.
What would your suggestion be to a young person or a new person? Because sometimes we got people that's older learning, okay? What would your suggestion be for them to learn and cross-reference the stuff so that they know they're getting factual stuff? Provable stuff. What would your suggestion be to people that's doing this out there on their own on the internet, not sitting there in university with a professor and wanting to cross-reference them? What would your suggestion be? What would you tell a student?
If they are seeking what to find out about Africans, or if they are find out about what
history period. The truth in history. Finding the truth.
Oh well, you have to go with the peer-reviewed evidence. Peer-reviewed evidence comes from a group of scholars who agree on one item and is called peer-reviewed. That is the best that I could have for someone to go with, because that's how I set up my books.
Could you break down what peer reviews mean so that our audience understand what you're saying in research to get that peer reviews? Give them a description of one.
A description of peer reviewed?
Yeah.
Okay, well, like as I said, peer reviewed, the term comes when 15 or more scholars come to agree with one item, and that becomes peer reviewed, which means it cannot be overturned.
There you go. Not something that just one person's opinion, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So then that means they need to learn how to deal with a reference guide and all of that. Create a reference guide, in other words. We changed that. Create a reference guide, correct? I think a reference guide is the most important thing that I deal with. How many people I have reference to what I'm making that statement on? Okay.
Excellent.
So, I'm taking people that couldn't stand history, and now they love it because they're starting to learn how to deal with a topic and find all the reference you can find around that topic. Is what you're saying. And you as a scholar, you know this for a fact. She's been handling things on a scholarly level. You know that. I'm not handling from an amateur perspective.
Really, Chief, when I was young in school, the worst thing I hated in school was history. You know why? Because they based all of their information on dates, not what exactly the historic place where it started or what it was about, but on a number, a numerical number.
Yeah.
If you base your stories on your history on a story, then people can easily remember them. Now, dates are important, but not as important as the story.
That's right.
Would you agree?
I'll tell you, that was my worst subject in school too, because I had a teacher, his name was Mick Phillip, and he used to say, he would try to tell me stay focused to what's in the book. And I'm going home asking their uncles and uncles and cousins stuff. Like when he did World War II. I went and asked my uncle who went to World War II. He said, nah, that's where it was. So I would come back to school on any historical thing and tell what I was told by my people. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they would tell me, could you stick to the book? No, I can't stick to the book because I have no reference here. I have nobody can back this up. But I have proof over here. My uncle sit there and told me how the people looked that they were fighting and told us how the people looked that they were being with. The book didn't tell me, it didn't show me not one black person in that book in World War II, and I knew I had an uncle that had been in World War II and Korean War. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when I looked at it in the book, it was all white folk. So I couldn't see me there. I couldn't see us as a people there. Okay? But when I talked to my uncle, he saw us there. He said, I went and fought for us. This is my country. I fought for those 50 stars. This is our country. So he said, I was getting another story that included me, not excluded me. Okay?
Yeah.
So by me being on the included story, I had more he had my attention because I could hear us in there. And now when I hear these stories that we are not in, or we are being demeaned, or being rude or less of this, you lose me because I want to know where we at. Because we always somewhere people of color. So where are we in this story? So that made history not that fun to me because I didn't see enough of us in their books.
Ma'am.
And Miss Phillips used to tell me all the time, he said, well, if you don't see what, or you don't believe, or it's not true, then you still got to study the lie so that you can be able to tell the truth. Okay? So you have to read the lie. But now once you read it, now go out there and measure it up. If it doesn't come up to the measurement, then it's not correct. Okay? My husband does see me work. They got a thing they call square on a slab up. Okay? And so you can measure down one side and you can come up with 12 foot. And you might go down the other side and it looks like it's even because you got 12 foot on both sides. you go and cross that corner from one corner to the other, you find out you're not square. You with me on that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So we got to take that type mentality when we're reading and studying. Yes, I got 12 foot over here and I got 12 foot over here. Let me go pop this string and see if this jump's square. Because if it's not square, when I go to building up on it, it's not going to work. My measurement's going to be off.
That's the difference between an isosceles triangle and a square triangle.
You with me, huh? So we have to take all of that into, even if the story is there and the other story is there, square this junk up. That's what you mean when you say go get 15 out of people. Now you're squaring it up. You said, okay, this has to be because I measured it 15 times. By 15 different people, and 15 different people say it's square. Okay? And it's going to always be this one or two people that come along and say, no, that's not a square. But they're not going to measure it. They are looking. They are measuring. They are squaring. They're not using an instrument. So when people study history, they got to really understand that you have to cross-reference stuff to square it up. Don't take these laws, even with law. Every day, somewhere, a new law is being written or amended. Okay? And a lot of people don't understand you got law that is protected by the constitutional law. Okay? Now do this. So the constitutional law has to go through act of Congress to get it open. So if you violate the constitutional law, I can fight you from the lower court all the way to the higher court. Correct? Based on the Constitution. Now, disagree with me, you need to appeal that and walk your way up to the highest court. If you use these measures and you find out that the United States violated your rights, take it through the procedure.
Same.
You understand?
Same.
Don't let some man that look like a troll, wearing blue jeans, a red streak on his chin, come into your environment and tell you to challenge your government when he's not telling. He's telling you to do it. He's using you for a test. Then he's going to walk away and laugh at you. Because he didn't take you through the proper way of measuring it. So I tell people when you're ready to challenge the United States, you really need to know what you're challenging. You can't take the criminal law and challenge the constitutional law, and that was what he was trying to teach them to do.
That's right.
You understand? Then he was trying to tell them to take common law from common law states and use it against Louisiana, who has a Napoleonic law. Okay? Well, both of them is a law, like 12 foot is 12 foot, but now let's square it up. It doesn't work here. It works in other states. He got away with a lot of stuff in other states, but he's not going to get away with it in Louisiana. He's not going to get away with those tactics in Oklahoma, where they have Indian territory law. You see what I'm saying? So what you're going to end up with is a lot of people going to be losing stuff and going to jail. And they're losing a lot of time because when you're researching, that's the very time to do it. And to be researching the wrong stuff is wasting a lot of time. That's more valuable than money. Okay? So I brought you on today to talk about mainly the African, what you meant when you said that first Americans were African. You have clarified that that actually means a description that people could identify with, so you think darker color, not lighter color. If I'm saying that correctly, am I?
Yes, you are.
And that's the same as when I say black. And I hope the audience is understanding that. I'm not saying it as a race, but a description that you can identify. Same thing as if you use the word Negro, is a description. Okay, that you can identify. So we don't want them to take these descriptions and let other people use the description to control their mind to thinking something different. It's only a description, guys. I'm Shatta. I don't care if they call me Negro, black, colored, or whatever. I'm Shatta. That's who I am. Somebody else is Chickasaw. And when you learn to identify, it doesn't matter what a person calls, as long as you don't call me out my name. Because then I'm not going to answer you. And what I mean by that, if I'm in crowd of people and you're not calling me by the name or address, I'm not going to look around. Because I'm not going to know you're calling me. So when you change your name to these stupid names, we don't know y'all no more. I don't have time to come up with these new names you came up with. Because what you're doing to yourself is hurting yourself. Your grandchildren and the next generation is not going to be able to track you. About 5 years ago, everybody was trying to get off the grid. They had no legal papers tying up to the United States, nothing. So then they were going to be lost in time. Now they're changing their names. That's the same as being off the grid. Because you're using names that no one can track. And I understand you're doing it for a reason. But are your reasons going to help your next generation? So, you know, if somebody come up to me and give me another name, you got to check that out on road, I'm not going to respond. If I call you by a name that you're not used to, you're not going to respond. So a name is a thing so that you have a label of prescription.
It's like Choctaw. There's no such thing as a chalk, like white chalk. Choctaw in it isn't correct, but there's no such thing as a Choctaw. It's Shatta. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Europeans had a game they play. Like you put a marble under the cup. You know the game where you put something under the cup and you move the 3 cups around? And you gotta keep up with which cup is under and right against the right cup. That's the game Europeans play, black and white, with people's identity, names of places. If you notice, when they go to a place, they change the name of it. Okay?
There you go.
And then they'll take that name and put somewhere else. And they put a new name here. Now you're confused. You don't know. You're going over there looking for what's right here. See? So that little game with moving that cup around, they say that's an Indian game, but I believe that's a European game. Because Indian people were more stable, okay? And they respected boundaries without offense. Okay? So who don't respect boundaries and cut fence down and put fence up? It's the European way of coming to this country. I was looking at a night. There's a thing I was watching on YouTube where they went into places in China. And they digging up the old cemeteries and building on top of them. They say for expansion for people to have more places to live. Well, the first thing came to my mind, being that I study so much history, is what they trying to dig up and hide. That's the first thing came to my mind. I didn't see development. I saw destruction of somebody else's history because these were the oldest cemeteries dating back hundreds of years. What they didn't want us to see that the original Chinese people were dark?
Absolutely correct.
Is that what they didn't have to do? See, so it's the way your mind sees things is what makes you think and go deeper into that. Okay? So I started researching to see how old some of those cemeteries were. Some of them as much as 300 and 400 years old. So sure they're going to tear that down because it's going to tell history. That is a book. My grandfather used to tell me as you dig into the earth, you're going into pages of a book. And when you were going through your research, you went through the pages of the book of the earth and you found things that look like that. But they don't want people to know that.
A good example of that was when they went to Kentucky and Tennessee and dug up all of these Indian graveyards, and they found that the Indians in there were 3.5 to 4.5 feet tall over the twine they had new. It destroyed both whole graveyards.
That's just like when they found the giants. They took those in the Smithsonian down.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Because they didn't want you to see these giant bone structures of people of color.
That's right.
Okay, they were really giant, 9 foot something, 14. You know, I should have one called something 14 foot tall. I was a huge man.
Make Chamber look like a midget. It would make Will Chamber look like a midget.
Yeah, because a 14 foot tall man on a basketball goal, he wouldn't even do no good.
That's right.
You know, so my thing is, they don't want you to see how deep the history go here. And guys, listen, because we say they are a dark color, that does not mean African as came from over there.
That's right.
African was being used in his book as a description that you could identify with. He was saying it was dark colored people here already. Okay, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
There were people building boats over here. There are mounds on this continent.
That's right.
Older than the pyramids. They tore a lot of them down. But if you do your homework, you'll find out that there was an existence here of a civilized community.
Mounds are older than pyramids.
So the mound, you did your study at the mounds is older than the pyramids, and I'm a mound builder. That means my people was here already.
Oh.
Before a pyramid was built. Who they think they were doing business and trade with? How was they getting tobacco from over here to over there? How was they getting corn, which they call maize, over there when corn is over here? I read an article that night on like hundreds of different plants that was taken from here and introduced to the African continent. Reverse. But now people want to say, oh, that thing came from Africa. No. It came from here first and was introduced to the African continent. Do your research. Really do it. Cross-reference it. That's why they have to take people with the product. Whatever they raise their people from that area that know how to form that product, perform it. You understand, Imhotep?
Absolutely.
There's no way Africans could come here and master the medicine of here. So the medicine that you get out the woods here was not African medicine. And if they was chasing slaves down through the bushes and the swamps or whatever they got over in Africa, let you know, I don't know too much about it. Whatever they was chasing them through to get them to capture them, as they say. You think they stop and say, oh, stop, wait. Let me go get me some food to take with me. I need some feed for this journey. Now, the story says they had them in ships tied down in their own pieces and urine. Listen at me now. And they got seeds they brought here to plant. Before you kidnap me, I gotta go get some seeds. Does this make logical sense?
It does.
The medicine that's here does not even grow in Africa. It was from here, native to here. There are documented proof when they said that the people here were olive complected. Now they're gonna try to make that some green people. Because what color is olive? They green until they become white. When they become white, what color are they? You don't even get a green olive on your pizza. You get black olive. Now, how olive complected stuff looking like Italians and everything else are like these Indians that's what they recognize. That's olive complected now. Okay? No. Olives are black. It said olive complected. A lot of people don't know in Southeast United States they had olive trees. Isn't that something?
Yes, it is.
Do some research. So what they did to compare to their country, because olives was known in those countries too, the best way they could give a description in those countries was to use the terminology olive complected. Okay. You with me, Doc?
Absolutely.
Because they're talking to another country so that they have something to identify, so that they could get a picture or an image was these Europeans looking at it? And so the Europeans said, we're looking at something olive complected. Okay? Olive complected. That's that darkness you were talking about in your book. I do not like when people come up talking about somebody light skin is olive complected. I'm like, what kind of olive is it? You know, what kind? There are documented proof of these things. 1600s, 1700s, with description of what they meant. Right? We have allowed the school system to tell us olive complected is something else. I have not seen anything in the older records that you cross-reference that gives me white or light. I haven't. I look for it. Even in your movies, they said that the white man was pale-faced. Okay, well, if the white man was pale-faced, the Indians we got on these reservations today, out of these recognized tribes, how could you tell them from white people? Uh-oh. Huh? Uh-oh. They all look pale-faced to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be a darker hue looking at a lighter hue to be able to say pale-face. When we're looking at the movie back in the day, they have to paint these white people up to give them a little paint because they look at him were dark.
True fact.
If you go look at any old statues or look at that's why they want the image of these bald kings, because the image of an Indian is dark. Whatever king uses an Indian is a brown, dark brown, which does not match with what they recognize in the United States. Are y'all with me? That's the reason they want those mascots taken down. Because it reveals the truth of what the Indians were looking for. Let me get another thing before we close here, Doc. If the Indians look like they're looking now that's federally recognized, how could they find the Indians from the white man and take them to Oklahoma? Huh? Because I can't tell them apart right now. The white folks can't even tell them apart.
That's right.
Would the Buffalo Soldiers been allowed to go raid white people's house looking for white Indians? Or villages? Some big grizzly black men. Harry. They go around snatching up white folks to take them on a trail of tears, right? No, it makes no sense. It's cheap talk.
Oh,
Does that make sense to you, Doc? You're a scholar. Help me. Please help me, scholar. Tell me something, please.
it makes absolutely no sense.
So we need to start thinking. You got me thinking?
Yes, ma'am.
You got to think. You got to think. The story does not square up.
No, sir.
Yes, you have 12 foot. Yes, you have 12 foot. But it's out of square. All right? There are light-skinned people. There are dark-skinned people. But who is the real Indian? We have messed around and let them trade places. And it did over a period of time. But the worst damage has been done in the last 50 years. The worst. Because in the last 50 years, they've been able to organize themselves. In the 1930s, white people started getting together. They had to come up with another way to subjugate themselves from the blacks. They began a movement, which is now one of the strongest Indian so-called movement in Washington, D.C. They put together an organization. By the 40s, it was very strong. That organization was to bring about recognition of the white people as Indians. Out of that group came a law called self-identification, which now blacks are trying to use that law. But that law was not put in place for people of color. that law, self-identification, so that they had a right to identify themselves as American. By the time we get to the civil rights movement, these people will be stronger, running their movement simultaneously with the civil rights deal. And under Nixon administration, some of the first things he began to do, and also Johnson signed some of the first things. Now to give him what he did. He signed the Civil Rights Bill and he signed the Indian Right Act. Correct, Dennis?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
That's
Signed them at
correct.
the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
Same time. He signed both of them. By 1970, now we got Nixon, who signed the right for reclassification and reorganization and self-identification. At that time, people of color started fighting for their Indian heritage to be reinstated. They were still on the civil rights battle and coming out of the civil rights battle, looking to find a place in society. And most of them was moving from their own communities and neighborhoods instead of empowering them. They left them. And now we look 50 years later, we don't know what happened. You know what happened? You left your stuff unattended, and they put laws in place to claim it.
Thank you. That's exactly what happened.
That's right.
People start leaving the South because these white folks are smart enough to put the same manufacturing plants that's doing cars in Michigan could have been put down south. They chose Michigan so you leave your farmland and leave your grandparents and leave mama and daddy back here to go chase freedom and opportunity somewhere else in the north. While you're going north, those people are moving south. Now the black folks want to come back south, and it's nothing for you because Grandma Farm now belongs to the people who lured your blood to the north.
That's right.
Trading places. They've been doing that with us for the longest. And they use our greed against us. We become so greedy for to be like them till we leave what we have to chase after something where we don't know where we're going. Then when you get there, you're behind law. Now you're talking about the white man. No. Stop and think before you make moves. Do your research. Square it up. If you don't know how to square it up, go get a professional square. Somebody that's their job to square it up to tell you if that's correct or not. But if you're not certain, don't start building. Because you have to tear all that junk you built on that unsquare foundation, you got to tear it down. And build all over again, starting from the foundation. And what the Hemots and the Rodricks and the Lemons are doing, they're giving you false foundation. Don't build on that. You have to tear it down. Look how many movements over the hundreds of years, starting with the Columbia or Liberia line. That was a fake foundation. South Africa, fake foundation. Ghana, fake foundation. Foundation is you and your people. And learning the truth. And moving and acting upon it. And a feather or whatever kind of clothes you put on is not going to change you. The change has to come from within. So as a man think it, so is he. Not so as a man wear it, so is he. So if he think it, so is he. And how do we build the ability to think? Is what we bring into our eyes and our ear. Those are the two programmers of our mind. And we got to be mindful of our company that we keep. Because they are bringing in information to our eyes and ears that can be destructive. Sometimes we have to change our company to save our people. Sometimes it's better to put a blindfold on to walk through certain areas and let somebody else guide you through. Because if you're a leader, you don't need to see certain things. And you truly don't need to hear certain things. Because if it get caught into your mind, as a leader, then you begin to take that and spin it back out to other people. And you begin begin to multiply in the form of miseducation. Think before you re-educate people wrong. If you're not doing it to help them build their minds. Because the mind can also heal the body.
That's right.
A sick mind gives you a sick body. So someone can get to your mind, then they're halfway to your subconscious. Your inner man, your sacred realm, is your subconscious. And if you listen to people repeatedly with the wrong thing, it'll penetrate from your mind to your subconscious mind. And once it makes it to your subconscious mind again sends back the message to your mind. And that's what we call dreaming, like Imhotep.
That's right.
That's a replay from the subconscious mind back to the mind.
Each.
And so when you're programming people, that's what brainwashing is. You get to your mind so much till it feeds to your subconscious, and your subconscious begin to control your mind. And as it begin to feed you images, like a movie, and if those images that it's feeding to you is not to do good things and to build positively, destruction is waiting for you. Because that same mind that's sick right there is going to create a sick body. You're going to begin getting cancer and also. You'll begin to get weak, have high blood pressure and diabetes. And you're not going to be able to do no harm to anyone because your body is going to be infested with disease. Because that's what you put into your mind and fed to your subconscious. The mind is a very powerful thing. Why waste it on crooked stuff? You can be doing good stuff, constructive stuff. We're very creative people. The mind gets the thought of what you want to do. But it's when that mind get it into it so deep, Imhotep, and make it to the subconscious, and the subconscious tell you what to do to create whatever it is to fix that which you just saw. So there's a relay thing going on within you. And if a person can get into your mind and throw negative things, they break down your creativity.
That's what they do with hypnotism.
Let me tell you, Doc. I hear people tell black folks, oh, don't never pinch yourself on the back. Don't ever say you're smart. Why am I going to say I'm dumb? I'm going to say I'm smart in my mind until I get it to my subconscious, and I'm going to be smart. Okay? I never saw myself as dumb. My grandparents didn't see me as dumb. My mom didn't see me as dumb. So I'm not going to think dumb. I'm not going to think stupid. I come from people that ran their own businesses. They couldn't have been dumb. And they knew who they were. And they knew where they come from. And by them putting that into my mind, that is what made my creative thinking the way it is. It's the way you're programmed. You got people that are programming their children with this here junk, making their own kids weak. And then they're going to say, the white man. No, you did it.
That's right.
You did it. You exposed them to that. But I'm going to give you these minutes. I'm going to shut up because you know how mean you are. What do you have anything you have to say to us or to the audience out there?
Yes. There are many books, many theories out there. Many ways to go. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong, some of them in between. If you want to have a mind that's superior, you base all your decisions on evidence. Evidence, the most important thing in the world to have. Not just truth, not just facts. Sometimes facts are true, sometimes facts are untrue. Change. Evidence never changes. So base your decisions and the ways you think on evidence. Make sure there's evidence behind whatever you want to do, think. That's what I leave people with today.
Do we have any questions for Dr. Imhotep or for me, Phoenix from the audience?
Oh, give me 1 second. You questions? You guys have any questions? Try not to take us off the land too much. You know, sometimes y'all go all over the place. Do you have any questions for Dr. Imhotep or for Chief Warhorse or for even for myself? Give them a second to see if they have any. Do you guys have any questions? It doesn't appear so, but they do. They definitely enjoyed this conversation. Dr. Imhotep, I want to thank you very much for your contribution and certainly for being a guest on the show. And purchase the books. I'll drop the links. Are they available at Amazon and, of course, Barnes & Noble, sir?
No, I had to take it away from Amazon because they were selling my book sells for $49, and they were giving me $10 for every sale.
Oh, may I have the link to where I can?
I'm no longer.
Okay, you just taught us something. I just learned something. I actually have a book on Amazon too. Thank you for sharing that. If you can drop the link or let us know where your book is going to be available for purchase.
I have my book is in resubmission now. We are. I have handed it to editors, and the editors are finishing what they're doing. As a matter of fact, one of the examples is I have almost 1,000 footnotes. So we had to change a lot of things that were true back in 2011 when I brought my first book out.
Right.
Some of those have been taken down now, and I had to rewrite some things. So the new edition should be out in January and hopefully no later than February.
Thank you so much. Okay, they'll be anticipating. I know I certainly will. Chief, did you have anything you wanted to say for before we disconnect?
Only thing I want to say is to close out with it so I can keep up on their mind. Unfriend these people because that's bringing poison into your home and into your environment when people bring negative, untrue stories, teaching them as facts or as evidence. And my next thing is to those who I got this here text from someone that showed me the picture with some of them with some law enforcement. I got to laugh at that before I leave. You had a chance to say what you had to say about it online, but I didn't get my chance to say anything on that topic.
Right.
I think that Stronglow had a picture of some of his people with elected officials. And they was being praised that they were being with elected officials as if they were doing something good.
Right.
But when I was with my sheriff, who I respect highly, I was seen as a rat and a snitch. Okay? So I want to know, where do the lines start and stop for when you're a rat and snitch versus you work with your government?
Right.
I would like for Strongbow to come back at me. I know you're listening out there, Strongbow. But when you said a snitch, that means you all are snitches and rats? Because I'm open with what I do. And, you know, that means Roger need to go and take that picture down that he's calling me a snitch. And Kim Pye need to take it down, too, and stop snitching. And they need to send that jump to you so you can stop snitching. Because you all decided that when people work with white people or government, they're doing something wrong. Why don't y'all just tell the public you are jealous and you are envious because you're not doing what Chief Warhorse be doing. And you want to do it, but you won't let a woman teach you. Male chauvinistic bitch. If you would just ask me to show you how I do stuff, I will show you.
That's right.
But don't try to tear me down to build yourself up.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay? Because you don't have to do it that way. You don't. Because she's going to be still doing what she do best. That's what you told me to do, Roger. Do what I do best. And that's what I'm going to do. That means be a daggone good leader.
There you go.
All right. That's what I'm going to close with.
That was wonderful. That was very powerful. I appreciate you so much, Chief. The people are very in tune with this information. Dr. David Imhotep, this was awesome having you here. Much respect. Thank you so much for being here and clearing up a few things. Chief, it's always a pleasure. You know, anytime you're ready, I'm always available. I want to give a shout out to the moderators for keeping the chat nice and comfortable for everybody. I definitely want to thank Coach Crewcut for always being there with the production behind the scenes. Thanks everybody for coming through. You know, we're going to keep bringing the truth. We're going to keep bringing the heat. Y'all stick around because there are some of us that are trying to work with solutions. We got to get rid of the problems first. So stop with the ceasefire until the bad man is down. Okay, we tired of the good guys having their boots on their neck. It's time to reverse that. It's time to make sure that people are aware that there are solutions available. And if you hang around 10 people with solutions, you will be the 11th one. If you hang around 10 busters, guess what? That be you. So we definitely want to make sure that we checking the people that we are around. Spend time with your family. Don't just go through the records by yourself. I always tell you to make it very inclusive. Sit down with grandma. Any information you can get out the elders. I don't care if you're sitting there recording them, even if they're suffering from dementia and senility. They still have a place. They still have some sort of idea of person and time, even if it doesn't make sense. It may be clues that'll help you further along in the census. For ones that have the census, we discussed before, every 72 years, they are released. So if you have an elder that made it to at least 80 years old, you should be able to show them at least one census record with them between the ages of 4 and 6. You definitely want to make sure that you're doing this inclusive so that everybody's aware of the information. It's already becoming something that the children are interested into, and it'll be incorporated into their culture, into their heritage, and they'll pass it down and it'll go on and go forward. And that's what we needed to do. But I definitely want to thank everybody for being here. Always a pleasure, Chief Warhorse, and definitely Dr. David Imhotep. Y'all beautiful ones in the chat. Thanks for keeping it real with Phoenix. And you know, coming through and getting the truth and sharing the video and liking the video. We definitely appreciate you. Shapi Salachi K.
They gonna go, yeah, I got some Indian in my family. Well, how we just gonna forget that? How we just gonna forget that?
I had one little, two little, three little.
So what up, baby?
Your grandma told you. You got Indian in your family. Yay!
House again, the build, figure, build, again. My skin ain't black, what the deal? Singing loop on my real shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land, and every got tree, and every got see invaders ever cross, step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Breathe, you can make a swing the sacred tomahawk. Flick around with us with that black conscious dog. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. Your bogey DNA test. That this is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome. Make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote. Get that stage out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright. Freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Hollywood, Title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get big gold with Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. But one little, two little, three little. Society keep killing them, telling
What up, pal, Dan?
I had one little, two little, three little.
On my chapter box.
Society keep killing them,
On my Cherokees. On my Pamonkees.